I am quitting yet another job.
Get the biggest Chanel back in the store if you want it. I gave them the drill, they sucked it up, I got them on it. I bought a new bed, I had the white, so I two-toned them. Taking the drugs,
I know some of y'all might be like, this girl cannot keep a job. This girl cannot keep a job. She stay quitting jobs. That's partially true, but not really. And I say this because like the last 5 years, I've only had maybe like 3 jobs, I think. I've been at Amazon a few times, but they've all been seasonal, so they don't really count because I've left when the season ended. But as far as me just quitting jobs, the last job that I quit, which was in April of this year, was at Quick Trip. And I quit that job because, one, I wasn't getting paid enough to deal with everything that I had to deal with. That check from that job, it would have took a whole month's worth of checks just to pay my rent alone. So obviously social media and everything else that I have been doing took care of the rest of it, which is why I go hard, because y'all help me take care of me. Like when I help y'all, everything that I'm doing with my pescatarian brand, just everything that I got going on has helped me provide for myself. And that's one thing alone is making me never want to ever give up on myself, because it has gotten me so far. But now let's get into the job that I'm getting ready to quit now. And I normally don't even put out things like this prematurely before it happens, but my mind is already made up. So whatever happens from here on out, it was meant to be. Now I work in a customer service role, with call center. Yes, I work from home, but people who have worked from home, not even work from home, people who have worked at call centers know how mentally draining it can be. And people are so rude over the phone. Granted, people are like, oh, don't take it personal. I don't necessarily take it personal, but at the same time, when you're having back-to-back calls, 10 seconds apart, everybody in your ear, soon as you say you look green, they snapping on you. Soon as you say you look green, they already got their mind made up that they finna give you hell today. And this is constantly for 8 hours. And then on top of that, you have other things in the back end going on. Baby, when I say these have been the most mentally draining last probably 3 weeks that I have had I want to say this year, I don't know. But for those of y'all who are new to me or new to like my job history and everything like that, I quit my last actual full-time job in 2019 at a call center. I was working for a call center, and mentally, I went to work one day, y'all, and by 2 hours in, I was clocked out, and I had resigned, and I never went back. And I hadn't had a job for like 4 years. Like I was doing food delivery, medical courier. I was doing my business. Like I was doing everything. And honestly, that was the best thing that I could have done for myself mentally when I did that. And honestly, I have to get back to that place because I'm just not finna. So I've been going hard with everything I got going on. My brands, like helping people, my pescatarian brand, my personal brand, just everything. I have been tired. I really have. It has been very frustrating trying to keep up with this, keep up with that. Make sure that I'm responding to my clients, just everything that I got going on. But baby, I've been doing it. And I'm going to continue to do it because that is when I'm at my happiest, when I'm serving the way that I feel that I'm meant to, the way that I feel that God has already shown me what I'm supposed to be doing. And I feel like anytime that I try to operate outside of what I'm not really meant to be doing, things like this happen. I was at QC for for a year. Well, it was almost a year. I almost made a year. I was like 11 months in before I quit. But anyway, I wasn't making nothing. But at the same time, I enjoyed the customer service part of it. Like my customers were like they loved me there, and I loved them. It was more so the paying the management and some of the rules. Which, of course, when you're working for another corporation, you do have to follow. There are certain rules you have to follow, whether they're dumb or not. And, granted, I did. But at the same time, certain things are not worth the pay. And their job was not worth the pay at all. As a 32-year-old, well, I was 31 when I quit. But as a 32-year-old making $14 an hour, baby, no. I only did that to add on when I was doing delivery full time. And I was like, oh, I need some type of paperwork. Because it's a whole little story that I'm not even going to run into right now. But because we talking about one thing at a time. But this whole job thing. People are like, oh, don't let that affect you, or don't quit or whatever. Like I only tell the people that just know me for real and know what I deal with mentally. I'm sorry, I'm not finna allow a job to send me wherever I don't want to be at. I'm gonna say that, and I mean it in the mental aspect. Like I cannot. There are certain things that I refuse to allow mentally, and sometimes you can see a breaking point, and I have been there. I'm honestly, I'm there. I have another week. I was like, I decided I was gonna quit like next week. I ain't even told them yet, but I mean, they fired me. They're not gonna tell me until right then and there. But I am gonna tell them no, because I'm not, like, I've grown and matured a little bit, and I do try to give notices at jobs now. When I left QT, I did give them a 1 week notice. I didn't show up on my last day, but she already knew I probably wasn't. She was like, oh, you don't have to, but if you decide to, cool. Bet, all right. And I did. But yeah, I just feel like anytime that I'm operating outside of my purpose, I go through this mentally every single time. Every single time. And I'm not the least bit of worried, because I know me. I know the way God has always provided for me, and the way that I get up and do what I need to be doing regardless. So I'm not really tripping about that. It's just that I had a plan initially, but things don't always go the way that you have planned them. But sometimes you just got to change the plan, and that's where I'm at with it. It is what it is. I'm going to be fine, and I'm just not noticing that hair on the floor while I'm whatever. But anyway, I'm going to be fine. I'm not tripping. I'm not looking for a handout. I work and am working and willing to work for every single thing that I have and going to get in life. And I do appreciate all of y'all who have been staying tuned and giving me, words of encouragement, just everything. I promise I appreciate it so much. But at a point where I get to it, once a job has me crying, baby, every day almost, or wanting to, or holding back tears, it's time to go. I do not even play like that with it. No matter, I don't care. I know what I'm capable of accepting. I know what I'm capable of handling, and this ain't that. I love customer service. I do. But I think I like the customer service aspect of my own business, and I also like the front-facing customer service experience better than the phone. Because over the phone, people don't care what they say to you, and then certain help that you supposed to have, sometimes it's not always there, and it's a lot, baby. And I can't do it. And I've been the one to tell y'all, like, oh, don't quit your job in this economy, whatever. But baby, don't send yourself into depression in this economy either. It's just don't do it. Try to come up with a plan now. Make sure you have a plan, because me, I'm always have something planned. But I'm just not finna send myself to. I already had started going to therapy. I'm not finna start having to take medication because of a job. I'm not gonna do it. I'm sorry. I can't. Like, I've held it out. I've been here since April, which is, honestly, it's been a kind of long time for me. But I'm washing my hands with it. But I just did want to come up here and give y'all this little update and let y'all know that. But overall, I'm happy like knowing that I'm getting ready to leave this. But as of right now, I'm still like having to clock in and stuff for this specific role. So I'm actually not just happy, because mentally it is very mentally draining. I definitely cried today. I cried yesterday. I was fine the day before that, but the shift before that, I cried that day. Baby, a job having you cry, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, sorry. But thank y'all so much for tuning into this video. And I will be back with more. Thank y'all so much.